Good evening, and welcome to the Shiro Coffee Chat. Short, I am Melissa Farmer Hill, and a retired Army veteran and the founder of the Shiro Coffee Club, where our mission is to keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. I am also the host of the Shiro Coffee Chat, where we air every Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time right here. So please join us, check us out. So tonight, and good evening to you. But tonight, let's talk about um, President Donald Trump's latest pick for Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll. So, if you're thinking, who is this guy? Then I will assure you that you are not alone. But guess what? We about to find out. Yes. I mean, he's not a household name in business or politics that I've heard of. And now he's in line to be the 26th Secretary of the Army. So far, what I know is that Driscoll did serve. He was a cavalry officer. He deployed to Iraq with 10 Mountain Division. Oh, he earned his Ranger tab and he earned a cab. A cab is a combat action badge. So he did all of that, and that says a lot. But from my understanding, he left the army as a first lieutenant, so he may have not had an opportunity to take command at the first level of command. So I don't know if he had that opportunity. But on the other hand, I mean, there were several secretaries of the army who did not serve. It's a civilian position, and being in the military is not a requirement for the position. So there you go. Yeah. So then I think, like, why did Trump pick this guy? But then I thought, and I haven't told you yet, but Driscoll was a classmate at Yale in law school with our vice president, JD Vance. Now, that is a huge, in my opinion, it's a huge advantage because they say what your net worth is your net worth. And the office of the Secretary of the Army yields a lot of power. But I really think President Trump made Dan Driscoll his pick for Secretary of the Army because right now I just feel like in this moment there is nothing more important to him than loyalty. That's important. There's nothing more important than getting the right people who have the confidence to disrupt. The confidence. Notice what I said, the confidence to disrupt. And also, in that disruption, you have to be a change agent. You have to be a change agent after that disruption. I mean, if we just look at all of President Trump's picks so far, they are all on a mission to give the American people just what we voted for. And that was change. Now, if you've never heard of the position of Secretary of the Army, let me pop this picture on the screen so you can see it. And I've got to share my screen because you won't be able to hear me if I pull myself out of the screen. And so you're looking at the screen here, and as you can see, you see a top half and a bottom half, really, where you see Sec Army at the top half in blue, and then the bottom is the Chief of Staff of the Army. So if you're looking at this picture, they really mirror each other. So this is the structure of HQDA. This is the structure of that, and they really mirror each other. So if you look at the top half where it says Sec Army and Undersecretary of the Army, I'm really squinting here to really try to see the screen. I'm really squinting. Uh, you'll see that That, or this is what I want. This is how I want you to look at it. The top half, civilian. The bottom half, the military. Now, the Secretary of the Army, like I said, it's really civilian centric. It's focused on big picture policies. It's focused on funding. It's focused on political strategy. While the chief of staff is focused on, it's the top military leader, and that position really focuses on ensuring that we are ready for combat. That's really what it what it's what it's for. And so they work very closely together. Now the Sec Army is he is the final decision, he's the head and the final decision maker. But the chief of staff's office, I would definitely say, serves as the neck. And we know how crucial the neck is to support the head. And so I'm going to take this out. Let me see. I'm going to take this picture out. So that's just a picture of HQDA and what it looks like. I'm going to remove that. And I got this picture from Wikipedia. You can just go in and look. It's right there. But what's interesting is how I see this. And I get it. We would all prefer a nominee for the position of Secretary of the Army that has either, a political background or extensive uh, military or business career. He's very young. But what I'm most confident in about that position is General Randy George. General Randy George is the current Chief of Staff of the Army. And I'm confident that General George will work with a young and inexperienced uh, Dan Driscoll. And that's even if he's confirmed. That's even if he's confirmed. And I think it could work so well. Here's me with my positive spin. I think it could work so well that he could possibly, perhaps, become one of the greatest secretaries of the Army in history. And I know you can't believe I just said that, especially with how some of you may feel about Dan Driscoll. But trust me, guess what? Stranger things have happened. And you know what? All jokes aside, overseeing the Army, I mean, this is a no fail mission. So many people depending on you. So many lives are at stake. The country, the security of our country is depending on where you send these soldiers. It's immense responsibility. It's complex. You've got to have range. You've got to have depth. You've got to have breadth of how to keep it successfully running. And that makes a lot of people nervous. But he's not confirmed. His confirmation hearing starts tomorrow. And I believe the only thing that we can count on to tell if he's the man for the job or not, if he gets confirmed, is time. But until then, we'll take a pause. We'll put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in it. We'll see what happens. I believe his confirmation hearings are tomorrow, and we will see. I am excited about what's to come. Um, it's an amazing time to be alive. That's all I can say. All right, that is it. That is it for me. As always, keep your heart full and your coffee strong. Have a great evening. Oh, go to shirocoffee.com. Yeah, do it now. Why not?